Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Boland. Thank you all for joining me. In this video, I want to talk about the passing of one of the individuals from the duo Diamond and Silk. She passed away at the age of 51. And former President Donald Trump has some very encouraging, motivational things to say about her passing. So I'm going to read that article from the Epoch Times and what exactly he said. You know, I find it sad to hear this kind of news, but at the same time, it's enlightening. Now, I say sad because we've lost another great individual who loved America. I don't want to give away too much of my commentary, but I'm going to give more into detail of that later. But he was an individual who loved America, did not hate America, but loved America. Didn't say America was faultless, but she loved America. Her and her sister loved America. And it's unfortunate to have this loss. But at the same time, she did a great work. So we're going to get right into this article, and then I'm going to give you guys my commentary. So let's get right into this. The article starts off, former President Donald Trump has announced the death of social media personality and entertainer Lynette Hardaway, better known as Diamond, from the Diamond and Silk sister duo. And let me say this right up front. I was never someone who followed them on a consistent basis. I had a friend of mine, or rather, well, he was a friend of mine. He's a friend of mine, yes, who told me about a year or so ago about this group and this duo rather. And I like I said, I didn't know a whole lot about him. I was like, well, okay, yeah, I could check it out. But I didn't get a chance to really watch them completely all the way through. I've seen clips of their videos, but I never got a chance to listen to them all the way. But the clips that I did get a chance to listen to, I really liked them. For one, they were funny, but also at the same time, they had a great love for former President Donald Trump, and they had a great love for this country. And that I appreciated. And also the fact that they were African-American females, which is something that I don't see a lot, or at least the mainstream media doesn't show, right? Let's go on. Trump made the announcement on a statement on Truth Social on January 9th, where he said that Hardaway, 51, had died at her home in North Carolina and was accompanied by her sister, Silk, also known as Rochelle Richardson. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The former president called Hardaway's death, quote, really bad news for Republicans and frankly, all Americans. Absolutely. And these are his words. Our beautiful Diamond of Diamond and Silk had just passed away at her home in the state she loved so much, North Carolina. Trump wrote, Silk was with her all the way and at her passing. There was no better team anywhere or at any time. Diamond's death was totally unexpected. Probably her big and precious heart just plain gave out. Rest in peace, our magnificent Diamond. You will be greatly missed. Diamond and Silk's official Twitter account also confirmed Hardaway's death on Monday, writing that the world, quote, just lost a true angel and warrior patriot for freedom, love, and humanity. And like I said, from what I hear, they really loved the country. They really loved humanity. They weren't these kind of, and I'm not putting anybody down in this, but they weren't these kind of African Americans that hated America. No matter what you mentioned to them that was good about America, they just hated it. They had to find some way to hate it. They didn't seem to indicate any of that. The small amount of time that I was able to see some of their videos, they didn't indicate that at all. And I appreciate that. Let's go on. The account states that donations can be made to a memorial fundraiser page at a crowdfunding website. No further details regarding the cause of Hardaway's death were provided. However, in November, Richardson had asked her Twitter followers to pray for her sister. Anyone who believes in the power of prayer, please pray for Diamond, Richardson wrote at the time without providing further details. My Pillow founder, Mike Lindell, who hosted a video series for the sisters, told the Daily Beast that Hardaway had been sick prior to her death on Monday. Hardaway and Richardson shot to fame in 2016 thanks to their social media videos sharing their support for Trump's White House bid. The sisters previously this is interesting. The sisters, previously longtime Democrats, had remained loyal to Trump since and have remained loyal to Trump since and were present at Mar-a-Lago when he announced his 2024 bid. So that's another thing that really touches my heart when they say these individual young ladies were former Democrats. It seems to always be that way, right? Because that's what I was. In 2016. That's when I became a conservative. Interesting that they shot to fame in 2016. Interesting that they started really getting up there in 2016. And it was 2016 that I came out of the matrix of the Democratic Party. It was when I came out of that matrix. And I find that interesting and very encouraging to know that someone else is on the same platform that I was on. Now I'm in no way near the popularity of these two individuals. I would like to get there, but I'm nowhere near that. But I'm glad to know that there was someone that basically embraced American values like I did. When my eyes was open, it was good to know that someone else's eyes were open just as well at the same time. So let's go on. NBC News reported that the duo went on to land their own contributors' jobs on Fox News, Fox Nation, but were later pulled from the network in 2020 after questioning the number of COVID-19 deaths. Oof. Good dog it. Oh, shoot. This video can probably get taken down on air. They later went on to get their own show, Diamond and Silk Crystal Clear, on Newsmax TV, which aired on Saturday night. The final episode was filmed on December 15th. And it says Republicans pay tribute to Diamond. This is what I like. According to Diamond and Silk's official Facebook page, the sisters most recently hosted a show on Lindell's social media platform, Frank's Speech, where they spoke about the January 6th political prisoner, Troy Smocks. A number of other Republican leaders took to social media on Monday to share their condolences following news of Hardaway's passing, including Representative Richard Hudson, who wrote on Twitter that her death was sad news. And, that's basically what I'm going to, that's all I'm going to read right there. You can read the rest of that article on your own free time in the Epoch Times. But once again, my prayers go out to her sister. And it is sad to see someone pass away at the age of 51. But when we look at people's age, we oftentimes say, man, that person passed away at such an early age. It's so sad to see that someone passing away at such an early age. And we look at that and we say, man, the things they could have accomplished. But what we got to remember is that it's not so much how young you are when you pass away. It's what have you contributed? What have you done that have left an impact in the society or have left an impact in the lives of the people that you've known? That's what really matters. You can die at the age of 30 or the age of 32 or the age of 34 and leave a legacy behind that everybody in the country and even in the world will remember. I have a shirt with Bruce Lee on it. Now, yeah, I admire Bruce Lee, obviously, because I got a shirt that he held. Bruce Lee died at the age of, I believe, 32? 1973? 32, 33, something along that line. He died at a very early age, but yet he's known all over the world as one of the greatest martial artists of all time. Now, how could that be? It isn't because people hyped his name up just to make him that way. It was because he put in the time for his martial arts. He put in the time. He put in the key of charisma. I mean, he wasn't perfect, obviously, but he had charisma. He was willing to sacrifice his time and his efforts to help other people be the best that they could be in martial arts. And this is what he ended up doing. He ended up leaving a legacy, even though he died at such an early age. So in dealing with the young lady, Silk here, that passed away, Diamond, that passed away here, she passed away at 51, but she's well known all over. Why is she well known all over? Because of the time she put in to be a blessing to this country and a blessing to other people's lives. That's what makes the difference. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention too is this. When I said earlier, I find it very encouraging for me personally, as an African American, to see someone who is willing to show how much she loves the country. Here's an African American female showing how much she loves the country, showing how much she was in support of Donald Trump, and showing her love for Christ as well. Because if you read further into that article, I didn't know this, but she was a born again Christian. And I find that very, very encouraging. In addition, when she showed her love, and when the duo, actually, let me put the duo in there. When they showed their love for the country, they focused on the positive aspects of America. They focus on the positive aspects of America. There's more positive things here in America than there are negative. And I hear this all the time, almost all the time, rather, from people who look just like me. And it's very discouraging sometimes, because I've been called a coon and a this and a that. And no matter what I would share with these individuals, these fellow black people, no matter what I would share with them, no matter what facts or what names or what kind of history I would share with them, they would still always come back with something negative. Oh, I can't stand it. We was in slavery for 400 years and this, that's the other, and woo, 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 woo. And all of this kind of stuff, as if the current situation with African Americans in America, you can blame that on slavery. That is not true. And I'm not going to get into the details of that. I'm not going to get into the details of that. But that narrative has been basically debunked by the man right behind me. Okay? Thomas Sowell. Read his books and find out that whole narrative has been debunked. So I'm not going to even go into the details of that. The point is that here was a woman and here was a duo that loved America, that loved the freedoms America had to offer. And the freedoms that America had to offer is for all people, not just one particular group. That's why, okay, we had the civil rights movement in the 1960s. Because though certain groups of whites weren't practicing the ideals and vision of the Constitution, these individuals, both black and white, joined in the civil rights movement to see that the civil rights of African Americans all over this country would be acted out. They did these things for the benefit of blacks and really the benefit of all people who would come here to this country from other countries. So to see this is very, very encouraging. It's sad to see her that she's passed, but to see that she was someone that was a true patriot for America and truly loved America and all that it represents, that's very, very encouraging. Once again, my prayers go out to her sister. My prayers go out to those who were associated with her. And it's just a blessing to see that, you know, the article even goes on to say that Donald Trump invited the duo several times to the White House. You know, and I talked about this before, how that, you know, the Democrats invite their people to the White House and the Republicans invite their people to the White House. I get it. You know, both parties do the same thing. You know, both parties do the same thing. But it's just that it seems like to me what bothers me about the Democrats, okay, when they invite these celebrities onto their platform into the White House, these celebrities like Jay-Z and the rest are multimillionaires, even billionaires. The Democrats push dependency on the government. And yet you invite entrepreneurs and business-oriented people to push dependency on the government. What sense does that make? at least with real Republicans now, not the rhinos, but at least with real Republicans like Trump was, okay, or a real American, let's put it to you like that, in my opinion. Not perfect, but a real American, in my opinion. Invited people who may not have been all that rich. Maybe the only one that was rich like that was Kanye West, but that's a whole nother story. But it's all about when he invited the duo Diamond and Silk, they weren't rich, but they were advocates for getting out there and doing what you needed to do to become successful. And even Kanye West, when he was invited on, he pushed this idea of small government, not big government. We need government, but we don't need big government. Big government, I'm not going to get into the details of that. That's a whole nother video. But big government or too much government is a problem. Bottom line. But to sum this video up is this. Once again, I'm so glad to be able to see that these were individuals that loved America, that looked just like me, that don't hate America. You can understand. I mean, it's interesting how I'm trying to end this, but it's so much to this. It's interesting how so many African Americans talk so negative about America, right? Not all of them, but talk so negative about America, but are not saving up money to go move somewhere else. America's so oppressive and so horrible, but you're not saving up money to move somewhere else in another country. Why don't you do that? If America is that oppressive for you, why don't you just save up all your money? Because you saving it up for that home, you saving it up for that new car, you saving it up for that business, which America probably would be the only country that you can actually do that at. But you saving up all your money. Why don't you just save it up to move? I'm just real with it. I'm just being real with you. Save up all your money to move if America is that oppressive to you. I mean, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. If it's all that oppressive to you. But let me say this and sum this video up in reference to that. America will become oppressive like that if we keep voting for these communists and putting these communists in office or these communist supporters in office. It will be oppressive on all levels. And I don't care what political party you represent then, it ain't going to matter. Because we're going to wake up one morning and America will be a communist country. And all the freedoms that you and I take for granted will be gone. Because no one has sense enough to see and know their own constitutional rights to defend them. What you don't know, you can't defend, right? Just saying. But I just wanted to say that about this. Once again, my prayers go out to the families, members who are associated with the Diamond and Silk duo. God bless them all, and God bless you all. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. God bless you all, and see you again.